So hello guys and welcome back. We are going to be getting into our next round here in the SCPH quarantine tournament, but before all of that, let's just give some love again to our sponsors. AKG Games. Thank you, AKG, for supporting our stream, supporting our broadcast, supporting our tournaments here and now with akggames.ph. You can check them out on both Facebook and Instagram with the link down below. The main sponsors, we got Mizzle, Me, Ender, Stale Cookie, Raigeki Sai, as well as Supermals. Without you guys, this is going to be a possibility, and well, we are going to be moving into a new possibility with a new round. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are in a PVZ next on the list. It's bayagster versus Nuks, and this has been a pretty fun matchup to check out. We saw this last time in quarantine, the tournament's number 2, and it was a very interesting lower bracket final with bayagster whipping out every single trick that he can think of and more. Really a jester having such potency in behind. Bayagster, one of the best, not only in the Brood War scene, but also even here in the SC2. I love this guy really bringing in some different flavors in the Protoss race. But in the meantime, Nuks, one of the best really of the scene, bar none. Competing in many regional tournaments here and now online and off, really showing on up as much as possible. And well, I've seen him really dominate in many different matchups against many other members in the C and ANZ region. And this is another battleground for him, another fight, another place to try and get things done. But speaking of where to get things done, our map pool is as follows. It seems like we are going to get these 3 maps for our best of 3. It's Everdream, Simulacrum, as well as Nightshade into this one. And this is going to be a really interesting time. So for Everdream, Simulacrum, and Nightshade, all the potential to play the proxy there for bayagster. But in the meantime, for Everdream, Simulacrum, and Nightshade 2, I'd love to see the aggression here from Nuks in the first place. We've seen him go for those pool first openings. We've seen him really bring in the Lings. But hey, it seems like it is time to get started with game number 1. PVZ action into this one. Let's get it on though. I'm really excited to see what these 2 players have in store for us. And everything is set and ready to go. Let's move into the matchup. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are in round number 2. PVZ action, yet again, but 2 different players into the scene. Introducing first, on the top right of Everdream LE, it's our blue Zerg, oh no, Nuks. And his opponent, right here, right now, on the bottom left instead, it's our red Protoss, bayagster. So as we said, a rematch from our last tournament, a rematch from the lower bracket finals of that one. Well, we'll see what bayagster and Nuks are going to be up to try and get things done. So bayagster, he is very confident here on Everdream. He is going to be able to wall himself in onto the natural, a very easy spot to really building those buildings. In the meantime, Nuks will go for the hatchery first instead, so it's more about the macro here and now, playing a little bit of a different flavor compared to before, and looking to look into the macro game instead. Now Nuks, of course, is a very high placer in many tournaments, and the quarantine tournament is no exception. First place during our inaugural Masters Plus bracket, second place last time, and well, we shall see if it's going to be anyhow different coming on in for this bracket. Can bayagster actually edge it out and move on over to the semifinals, to the upper bracket finals rather, or will it be the Nuks taking care of business here and now? But hey, double simulators are online. Interesting note though, bayagster is still keeping things on the mineral field instead, even with the gas in check. But hey, bayagster is gonna go for 2 gateways as well as a cyber core, expecting a little aggression here from Nuks, who is just casually and happily setting things up with his queens as well as his drones. Seems like the macro is completely in focus here and now, and well, we shall see Nuks scout things out. Bayagster looking to block up a potential third here on the high ground, but the Zerglings are going to be on it. Absolutely on target with taking care of workers. Bayagster gonna get poked on away already. In the meantime, Nuks getting the vital information that he needs. He knows the wall is set on up, sees the zealot as well as the gateways in position. Cybercore gonna be there as well, so bayagster can build any kind of range units that he needs. And Chrono boosting out these stalkers into the front line, very essential for this defense. So a little bit of slow play right now into this one. But honestly, a Zerg getting more and more bases is just basically the setup that they would like to begin with. But anyway though, we will have the metabolic boost looking to come online. Overlord's gonna be there as well. In the meantime, yeah, Zerglings gonna get tossed on out and about. And well, bayagster gonna be sending things over yet again. Seems like for bayagster though, he does just wanna plug things over. An adept as well as a sentry in position. Shield battery there, and yeah, bayagster was anticipating any kind of aggression, but instead, since he has units back in position, then he's gonna be fine and dandy with that one. Nuks though looking to come on back yet again. And yeah, Zerglings running on around. Wants to get the Stalker here and now. The bayagster looking to retreat instead. Can the Stalker survive? It's not going to happen. Good surround here from Nuks. Find the value. Really poking at away. And what a chase there from Nuks. Eventually getting the kill with some speed to boot. Really big value into this one. But oh, seems like I have a disconnect in the order. And bayagster. Oh, that's... it's a little heartbreaking, honestly. Hopefully bayagster is a-okay for this one. As by the point in time, Zergling's getting cut down. Carapace gonna be into the upgrades here for Nuks to get a little more of that vision, especially here on Everdream. If you can go for the drops, especially at the corners of his main base, gonna be making a big difference. But bayagster is gonna go for the Overlord approach, wants to go against those balloons and face them off with the Phoenix instead. In the meantime though, all of that is set up here, and now bayagster flying on around, and well, for Nuks, he's just looking to get on through again. Still, poking against this wall with these Zerglings will be absolutely fruitless. You're trying to hit your fist basically on a hard wall, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. But honestly, for Nuks, he's in really such a good spot. He has a head on the workers with such a minimal army. He's able to focus heavily on the macro. He's going for that lair tech. And honestly, he can move into whatever kind of structures, whatever kind of strategy he wants in the first place. So immediately reacting, of course, with those Spore Crawlers just to be safe. Evo Chamber going to be into the cards as well, as Mr. bayagster is sadly lagging. Hopefully he's going to be a-okay into this one. But anyway though, by this point in time, moving on around. Adept's going to be in position there. We got the Phoenix now flying as well. Well, bayagster. We're looking to make things a little bit testy. He wants to try and poke away against Nuks and his mineral line. It really is just going to be all about the pressure right now from our Protoss players. So honestly, a very standard game between our two competitors. They do just want to try and test one another without anything out of the ordinary. And bayagster is going with wave after wave of different units. Now, he does sandwich his adepts by the minerals as well as the chapter. Good positioning there from those units to try and get some value. But honestly, Nuks is really finding enough firepower to shut things down. The Zerglings going one at a time. They don't really care. The Queen, though, retreating just a little bit. And eventually, bayagster losing everything in the scouting force. These adepts are really trying to get any value, but Nuks is just completely on it. The creep spread is enough. His positioning is on point, and he's not really going for creep tumor spread whatsoever. He's just, okay, I have all these bases, I have all these structures. I'm just making sure all my units are in position to really run as quickly as can be. And the reaction time from Nuks is also something to note, but in the meantime, Overseer getting the scout, and oh my, oh wow. That's a little different, sir. That's a little different indeed. So, I believe Nuks was able to scout that out, seeing the big shining lights on that Nexus points. As the Zerglings as well as the Adepts going for the skirmish. The Phoenix right now taking care of the Overseer, stuck in the corner. That is so sad. It's really trying to get on away, but it just won't survive. And it seems like it's time for the mothership yet again from bayagster. Fleet Beacon has been spotted, so Nuks knows something is amiss. He's expecting Stargate, he's expecting something big to come out from that air production. But anyway, things right now going for the burst yet again. bayagster gonna be in a spot of trouble to begin with. Nuks in the meantime going for that push, and here comes trouble as it's potentially the Baneling bust here. And now from Nuks, he has many of these Banelings already ready to go. Force field to try and buy side time, and where is the slam? Where is the jam? Force field's really buying things up here for bayagster, but Nuks doesn't really care anymore. He's trying to make it through. Eventually he gets the burst on. That is going to be the gateway going down. Sentry still buying time, but you can really see the damage has been done onto those units. unfortunate. Nuks in the meantime realizing that I can't really force things out as of yet, unless I have more Banelings. And oh mama, that's a lot of Banes. Seems like for Nuks, he's looking to find and force out a few more force fields along the way. Bayagster, though, in the meantime, already ready with the Mothership. It's going on over to the left side instead. What's the plan here with the Mothership? That's the real question. As here comes trouble, as the Banes are looking to get on forward. The force fields again to buy some time. Nothing really try to destroy that gateway. And here they come again, just bursting on through. Big pops, the big balls. And honestly, that is just so unfortunate. I don't have it. I'm not the referee, man. That is so unfortunate. I'm not ref. It's not gonna happen. Just gets on through, and that is victory there. Yeah, I wasn't ref. So yeah, it is what it is. So I was expecting Bayagster to, actually move that Mothership away. Honestly, I really expected him to keep that into the front line, but hey, it is what it is, and that is just Nuks winning out at the best possible time. Took the opportunity, took the advantage, and he was able to really break down that wall. But that's so unfortunate, honestly, for Bayagster. It's obvious that he's having those net issues as he is lagging on out in and around. And well, things sometimes do crumble like that as we move on into map number 2. But Nuks with the victory here on Everdream, and that is just gonna be another map taken, honestly, by our Zerg player. But in the meantime, well, we got Nuks as well as Bayagster facing off in the Simulacrum. On both sides are ready, we can actually go. Hopefully everything is fine and dandy on Bayagster's side, but we are just really hoping that he will be a-okay. Yeah, I'm ready to go anytime. Don't worry about it, Mr. Mizzle. We are good to go to get into game number 2. And also, if Nuks can keep on with the macro like that and just apply pressure at the right times, it's just going to be the same kind of scenario. Bayagster needs to use his antics, needs to use his tactics to really bring him back from the game. Because Nuks has shown he has that really, really good micro to find out those targets, to find out and poke at those stalkers as much as possible. Very well played there by our Zerg player, but we get into game number 2. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go again into another one. Bayagster versus Nuks looking to face off here and now on Simulacrum. And we'll see how this one is going to be unfolding in a matchup like this. PVZ one more time. And can Nuks move on over to our upper bracket final? But introducing first into this matchup. On the southeast side of Simulacrum, it's a blue Zerg Nuks. And his opponents, on the top left instead, the red Protoss of Bayagster. Well, PVZ yet again. We'll see how this one is going to be unfolding into this background as Simulacrum. It might be really good here for Bayagster if he can find a way to get that proxy on. And he did have some really good force field usage there, but it's highly unfortunate that he just lags out at the last moment. And it is what it is. When your net can't really keep it up, then you are not going to be able to handle the best of the best. It's such an awkward time to actually go for a pause anyway, even if I could, because the Banelings have already busted, and it was like, goodbye to the front line, goodbye to the sentries, and goodbye everything and anything. So, highly, highly unfortunate, highly, highly heartbreaking, but it is what it is, and we go on to game number 2. Now, Nuks does go for that pool, does go for the hatchery as well, and he is seeing a little bit of that 2-base action yet again from our Zerg player, Bayagster in the meantime. Yeah, he's just lagging out, man. He is just really having a tough time keeping things up in terms of that network. But hey, hopefully Bayagster is going to be a-okay to really compete into this tournament. It just happens from time to time, guys. It just happens that it hurts the latency really, really hurting your performance. But hey, we tried to play on the optimal servers, and we tried to play it as optimally as we can. As yeah, this is just, oh, Mr. Mizzle's the one lagging out. Mr. Mizzle's the one lagging out. I thought it was Bayagster, but both of them apparently. Mizzle, drop. If you are lagging out, Mr. Mizzle, just drop na lang, drop. It's okay. You can just watch on the Mr. Mizzle. Don't worry about it. Just leave the game if you can't reconnect, and we should be a-okay. It happens. It happens. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You don't need to force it. And there we are. We are good to go into this matchup. So, Zelta being brought on now. 2 Zealots actually here immediately from bayagster. He's not even bothering to defend this, and he just wants to go for the early poke with these slow lots. But anyway, here comes the drones, here comes the Zerglings as well, and yeah, Nuks looking to defend it to the front line. Free spread is on point as well, and well, bayagster setting up the proxy pylon all the way on the other side, onto the north hand part of this map. And it seems like for bayagster, he does want to back on that just a little bit. He's not really going to stand a chance against many of these Zerglings. And honestly, he has sacrificed one good round there. bayagster can't really do anything about it. And Nuks with the chase down leads to the takedown. Cybercore though coming online, and bayagster needs to put something up in front of his wall to make sure that he can defend this. Seems like those other 2 Zealots are going to be looking to defend, and wow, shield batteries as well as a proxy gateway to boot. But Nuks in the meantime, already going for a third. Will he actually spot at that pylon as soon as the hatchery comes up? I don't think so there, in terms of that vision radius. But anyway, besides that gateway, well, this is going to be looking pretty standard, honestly, from bayagster. But with Nuks only noticing what's happening on natural, well, he's just basically assuming it's natural stuff working onto the main base. But there's absolutely nothing there. Instead, it's a 3-gate setup here for bayagster. And if he can get that warp gate research on, he can really pile on the reinforcements to begin with. But by this point in time, pylon right now going to be set to try and block things out. I've seen many players really invest that 25 minerals just to make sure that he can protect things along the way. But hey, still all about those range units. It's all about against all the light stuff on Nuks' side. And Carapace right now coming online for Nuks as he's looking for a little more vision, looking for more scanning information. It's going to be absolutely essential, and Nuks will realize that there's absolutely nothing here in terms of bayagster's main base. But he's going to be trying to find out what's going on. Sees the shield batteries already onto the corner, second gateway now being built, and honestly for Nuks, he just has to respond in kind and he'll be good to go. But this is going to be all about the aggression here and now from bayagster, as Warp Gate is going to be done in 10 seconds. Can Nuks find out what else is on the cards? He wants to go for the run-in first and look for an opportunity to poke at that mineral line. But the pylon is in the way. bayagster turning these gateways into Warp Gates, and he can go for the reinforcement cycle in behind. Adept going to be able to get some free damage from the other side. In the meantime, Stalkers right now warped on in beside the third. And Nuks realizes the situation, cannot go for the aggression there, and sees the gateways and sees trouble is on the home front. Anyway though, all about the action here and now, and the Roach is going to be into the front line yet again. Zergling's now giving chase, and these Stalkers will get surrounded. Here comes the Queens though in position yet again. Nuks right now going for the cascade, going for the surround, and will it actually be enough to shut things down? Seems like that's the case. bayagster only has one pylon powering everything, and honestly if Nuks realizes that he can go for this pylon on a safer side, it could have been a little better. But he is going to take the hard approach. If he does get rid of the reinforcements as quick as can be, then at least he has to handle a lot less units, and honestly, for Nuks, it works out in his favor. About right now connecting, the Zergling sees the pylon, and goodbye to all the power, goodbye to the shield batteries, and goodbye to the sustain bayagster has invested on this part of the map. 4 shield batteries, 2 warp gates. That's a lot of minerals tossed down by bayagster there. He could have used it for the army, he could have used it for his defenses, and now he will have to rely on the power of the force fields yet again. Sentries right now looking to get in position, and honestly, with a Ravager in tow, Nuks is in a really good spot. A Corrosibot can really break down that force field, bust down any of those ability plays, and with range units in behind, it's going to be time for bayagster to change things up and go for the Stalker instead. Proto Boost though to try and keep things alive. Force field is going to be there. Nuks though using the bite earlier on, but the Zerglings do get on through, and this is absolutely painful for the Protoss. Here comes the surround already. Ravager trying to make it to the other side, and Nuks is just overrunning the opposition. Another big bust, a little different in the composition, but Nuks will take it, move on to the next round. bayagster taps out to the fury of the Zerg. Well played and well done. Nuks now our first upper bracket finalist, and he is able to move on to the next round. Well played indeed from both of our sides, but bayagster just really hurting on that first map, and on the second tried to go for the proxy, was spotted out early, was countered early, one pylon to rule them all, one pylon to bind them, and in the end, it's Nuks with 2 maps on the board. It seems like we do have our upper bracket finalists, and we are going to be getting ready to get into round number 3 very, very soon. But in the meantime, guys, we'll be taking a little break and we'll have some big announcements after the fact. This is the SCPH Quarantine Tournament number 3 Masters Bracket, and thank you guys for tuning in to the action. We'll be right back after a little bit of some time.